my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So today we will cover 4 points, and these are error boundaries, lazy loading, context API, and higher order components. Okay, these all are very important, and we generally get a question from these for in the interview. Okay, so let's start from error boundaries. So what is error boundaries? Generally, we get an error in a component. Okay, like I have a website like ClickBuzz. Okay, and assume that we have a component ClickBuzz, this green header, and we have a matches like black header, and we have features. So we have these three components. Okay, and we are getting some issue in the like features matches. Okay, then without error boundaries, our page will show us error, and it will be show on the production, it will show blank. Okay, but if we are using the error boundaries and we are handling this component by using error boundaries, so we will get an output of the ClickBuzz green component, and we will get the output of the red black component as well matches. But in place of features, we will get an error. Okay, so user will get the error in a specific component if only, and the other, and it will not stop the working of the other components. Okay, so this is who is joining. So this is all about error boundaries. So how we can achieve this in our React? Okay, so I'm just going to create a component like a.jsx. Okay, okay. So I have created a component here a. Okay, and I'm calling this component in app component. Okay, so this is imported automatically. So refreshing, not showing, why not showing? There is nothing like a component. So this is working fine. So now I'm creating another component b b.jsx. Okay, in that I'm creating a error manually, like in some true conditions, throw new error. Okay, there is some error in b. Okay, so I'm also importing this b here. Like, okay, now let's check. Okay, I need to write something in this as well, like b component. Now refreshing. Now my screen, I'm getting an error like there is some error in B, and when I click in this like this, so my screen is blank. Okay, so we will get this error like this message, this type of error only on development. This is for the development, so we can debug our error and we can fix that. on the production server, like on the live server, we will not get this error, and we will get only the this blank page. Okay, here I'm having a error in B component only. Okay, but there is no error in A component. Okay, so A component should be show here. Okay, there is no error in the A component, but we are calling the B component at the same page like in the app component. So it is stopping the working of the A component as well. So error boundary will help us to like working of A will not be stopped, and we will show the message and error only in the B component. Okay. So I'm just going to create an error boundary component like error boundary dot JSX. Okay. When I was covering the lifecycle methods, okay, so I will create this to the class component. Okay. So when I was covering the lifecycle method of class component, I didn't cover the like error handling lifecycle methods. So I will cover here. That's why I didn't cover in the I didn't cover that time. Okay, so I will cover here. So there is a two lifecycle methods. Like one static method is get derived state from error. Okay, so it will get the state. Okay, from error like error. Okay, and there is another lifecycle method component did catch. This catch the error and its information as well, like error and error info, its information. Okay, this function is only used to if we want to log our error in some file. Okay, so I'm not going to create a file and not going to creating like not going to write this log into the file. Okay, I'm just doing here. I will show you console only, console.log. Okay, like error and error info. Okay, and I'm just going to create here one constructor to create an state super. So I'm just creating an state for error. Okay. Now currently at the time of creating this error boundary component, so there is no error, I'm assuming, and we will catch an error if there is some error in our any component. So we will catch here like error colon true. Okay, and we will use here if we will use ternary condition here like this dot state dot error. If we have some error, then we will call here, we can call here some, I'm just creating a db here. You can create an component like in component and import here and use here. So and I can write oops, there is some error, and this dot props dot children. Okay, so if we are getting an error in any component, so we will show here an error like this. Okay, oops, there is some error, and if there is no error, then we will show that component as it is. So other component, so I'm using a children. So as per the this prop children, other component will be the child of error boundary component. Okay, so now I'm going to import this. imported. So I am just going to, I am having an error in created in which component? B component I have created. So, so this will be the parent of B. Okay, like this. Error info is not error info. So there is a spelling mistake. I is capital. Okay. So now this is fine. So I'm going to refresh this. So A is loading. Okay. So this error, as I have told you before, that this error will be show on the development, and this will not show at on the production server. So this will, so this is our development server localhost. So this is showing. So I'm just going to cancel this. Now, A component is showing, but our error message is not showing. We have use here. So we are just going to check in the console. So this just there is some error in B. Okay, this error log is so by default. If we want to like log our error, so I have just console this. So we can write this error and we can log this error in some file. Okay, as this is, as you can see this here. So I am not getting error here. Like this is the state. We have in state error false, error we are changing here true, fine. There is a true, this will show. So I'm just going to print this. And I'm just, okay, let's check again. We are getting false here. So component get derived. So get derived is spelling mistake here. That's why this life cycle method is not working. Drive. Okay. Let's check now. So now, oops, there is some error. So we are having an error in component B. So this is showing the error and component A is loading fine. So we will use our error boundary component as a parent of all components. Because if I'm getting an error in A and I'm not getting an error in B, so B should work fine. Okay. So error boundary will be the parent of other components. Okay. So this is all about error boundaries. So there are the two important questions as per the interview, like what is error boundaries and what are the life cycle methods in the and what are the life cycle methods and what are the methods we use in the error boundaries, like get derived state and component did catch. Okay, this is for the and interviewer can also ask what component did catch is used for. Okay, it's used for like logging our error in some file and storing in some other resource as well. Okay, so this is all about error boundaries. So next topic is um, context API. Okay, context API. So what is context API? When I was covering the hooks, I have covered use context hook. Okay, so this is similar to the use context hook. Okay, context API. Like I have covered that. Like I have a component. Okay, and I have a child component B, and I have a child component C. As I have a hierarchy to Z. Okay, okay. So I want to pass some props from app A. A is calling here. Okay, A is calling here. So I want to pass some props, some data in A to Z. Okay, I want to pass, like I want to get in the Z. Okay, then what will my process is? I will pass in A, then I will pass in B, then I will pass in C. As in like this way, I will pass in 26 component and then I will get in this Z. If I'm missing something in that object or in that value, then I will not get proper value in the Z. Okay, and it will also take uh, it will also reduce our development time as well. Okay, so we can achieve this to get the direct value from app to Z. We can use context and context API. So if there is another question, if we have a hook like use context, so there is what is the requirement of use context? What is the requirement of context API? So use context is a hook which will be used in the functional component only. It will not use in the class component. Okay. So for using this this value from A to Z, we can use like a context API in class component as well. Okay. And there are the like three parts as we have in the use context. Like we will create a context and we will have a producer in this. By the help of producer, we will send our data to our child component. In the child component, we will create a consumer. Okay, and in the consumer, we will get a value from the producer. Okay, so as I have told you, there was a case in this when we are passing a props A to B, B to C, and D, E, and to Z. There, this called as like props drilling. Okay, so there is another question like what is props drilling? I have discussed this before in the use context. So if okay, so I have context in use. I have covered this in the use context. So props drilling means we are passing the props in several components, but there are like in the B, C, A, and in this component there is no use of this props. Okay, we are using in the Z. Okay, so there is no this is the wastage of memory as well. Okay, and this is decreasing our performance and our decreasing our coding speed as well. So this is all about the props drilling. So how we can overcome this props drilling? By using the use context hook and by the context API. Okay, so let's understand the context API. So I am just going to remove this error. Okay. And I'm just removing these error boundaries and I'm just calling a removing this B. So I'm just going to create one more component here, C. I will pass some data from app component to C component. Okay, and C component is a child of B. Okay, so I will call this C here. Okay, and B is the child of A. And I have just imported a component here. Okay, I'm just going to create a context here, like create context. Okay, like this. And I have used the same example in use context vocabulary. Okay, so this is I have created the context by using the create context function. Okay, so create context will be used as a parent of our component in which like this. Okay, and now we will create a producer like producer. So I have created a producer here. Now how we can pass a value like here tech mentor, our YouTube channel name. I'm passing this value here. Okay, and we will import this here also. Import. So now I want to get this value without passing in A, B. So I want to get in C. Okay. So how I can pass this? I will import app here in my C component. Import. So I'm not importing app. I will import here first name. Okay. So by this first name, I will create consumer here, like consumer. Okay. And a consumer have always have a function. Okay, like I'm creating a arrow function here like this, and I will get the first name in this parameter function. Okay, so and this function then this will return some value as well like this. Okay, now check here. This is very slow. Tech mentor. Okay, so I have passed tech mentor from app to directly in the C component. Okay, so if we have, I want to pass another value like tech mentor tutorials, I want to pass as a second parameter. So how I can pass it? I will create another context like create context and last name. I want to pass last name here. Okay, last name. So I will create one more producer here by last name provider, not producer, provider. Okay, like this. And I will pass some value here like tutorials. Okay. So I will import, I will export also. like this. Now I will import here this last thing, and I will create one more consumer. And where I will create? I will create in this return, in this function. Okay. How I will create this? I'm just going here and just last one. Okay. I'm just going to copy this. So consumer, I will just go in here. Consumer. So every consumer have a function here. So I will create a function, arrow function I'm using. Okay. Like this, and I will pass in last name, and this function have some return as well, return some value, and I will paste this. Okay, and I will use this last name here. Okay, and now let's check. Tutorials spelling is not correct. Our YouTube channel is spelling tutorials. Okay, so in this way we can pass values from the top order component to low order component by using the context API. Okay, so as you will compare with this portion. This portion is same in use context hook as well. Okay, and when we will compare this, we will call here our use context hook here. Okay, so this is much complicated than use context hook here. Okay, so always I will suggest you to pass, don't pass single value. If we are passing like 10 values from here, then this will be the function inside a function and returning, and this will be more complicated. Okay, as per our development will be increased in a particular component, then this will be the more complicated. Okay, so I will suggest that you should pass like all these values in a one object from here, and we will get at the top level function. Okay, so but when you will compare with use context, this part is so simple by using the use context. Oh, okay, so this is all about context API. So our next